Welcome to Inner Peace Arts Unscripted. I'm your host, James Coleman. You can check out my blog at innerpeacearts.wordpress.com, Facebook, Twitter. Maybe I'll start an Instagram account at some point, but I'm not there yet. Today, I want to talk about remaining hopeful. Many people I know are facing challenges that are seemingly insurmountable. I mean, big challenges. And what I've seen for many of these challenges is that money would be a great resolution to these challenges. And that's always, for me, that is concerning about the culture, especially when there is plenty of money in the culture. So I turn the problem around and say the problem is not necessarily money, but our ability to access that money, or the ability to get the money, because the money is already in existence. But nonetheless, we're facing challenges and can feel discouraged in terms of, am I going to get the money? Am I going to find the person, the people who are going to be able to generate that income that will alleviate this problem related to stuff? And this is why I come back to this notion of stuff and how important it is and how much of a role it plays in what we do. Now, at the same time, it doesn't mean that we're willing to do anything for this money. But we want to get it. And to be hopeful means that we're going to have access to this means of generating income. And that comes through people, right? Money is a human construct. You're not going to find dogs with money, or rabbits with money, or fish with money. So it's a human construct. It's a representative of human production and is social. So there are social skills that we will have to develop in order to get access to the money. And this is why I start to move away from even using the term money. I think I've shared this before, but it's more about access to the production of others. And recognizing that this is social, that it's about you and your interaction with others. It's not about you and what's in your head. It's not about you and what you need. It's about that interaction with others. And so renewed hope, or being hopeful, is really about developing those skills that influence, those skills that help explain what your offering is and why someone should come into agreement with you. Developing those skills that promote exchange, that promote someone to exchange. I'm just thinking about this now because this is Inner Peace Arts Unscripted. I haven't worked out exactly what those skills are, but I do know that I have the kernel, and I'm sharing that kernel with you. Someone a long time ago told me that money was never the problem. And, I didn't agree with them because in some place like, let's just take Chad. It was the first African country that pops up into my mind, and or we'll take Morocco or Mozambique or any of these places that we know are, like dirt poor. Like there's so many poor people that money really is the problem there. But here in America, that's where I'm broadcasting from, I don't think money is the problem. I think it's the mindset, the treatment of what we have and how we want to use it collectively that creates these kinds of problems. And so, the hope is really in attempting to reorganize the proletariat, to use that term. It's the best, or the working class, the non-ruling class, the non-capital class. There's lots of names for it. Us, them, organizing them in such a way that they use the resources they have differently. Big daunting task. How do you stay hopeful when most people actually don't care and historically don't care? That's the thing to keep in mind, that historically people really don't care. If they have, from a social standpoint, food, clothes, shelter, access to basic companionship and all that kind of stuff, they're good. And anything above that is irrelevant. And so your two choices are to, well, I'm moving a little bit esoteric here, but to organize a group of proletariat that can control some means of production, or to convince some part of the ruling class that's culture creating to make changes. That's getting a little ahead of ourselves. My main point, and what I started off with, is that we're facing challenges, and the resolution to those challenges, many of them, is access to the production of others. And I really want us all to think about it in terms of access to production and less in terms of money. This gets us in a position where we're thinking about how we're going to influence, what we're going to offer, how we can go about doing that, instead of this notion of I need paper, how am I going to get it? And that's my thought. I think that we can be hopeful because, we're alive, we're thinking, we have things to be grateful for, things to be thankful for, and can make the changes in ourselves to affect those around us to get the things that we need. And we stay hopeful by staying together, by congregating, by listening to positive messages like this, repeating them in our minds, and then doing the work, the creative work, the exploratory work, to come up with solutions. And if I come up with solutions, I will certainly share them. I think some of them we have shared in the past. I mean, if we go through the videos, I'm sure there's little nuggets here and there that fit this bill. But that's my message for today. It's a message of hope, a message that where money is needed, we need access to the production of others. We need to be influential. We need to be expanding our relationship base. If we're not doing that, then we're not really addressing our issue. We need to be developing skills that will attract all of that. And so that's it for today. James Coleman, Inner Peace Artist. Check out the blog, innerpeacearts.wordpress.com, and write me at innerpeacearts@protonmail.com. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha vichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha vayasem lecha shalom. Have a great day.